The plant's mission: high-volume pork sausage production with HACCP and USDA compliance. Traceability: every pork pallet gets a QR code linking farm to plant records.
Humane handling policies for pigs, minimal stress, and approved stunning methods.
Prior to processing pork meat.
Indicators of unfitness for pork production and immediate segregation. Approved electrical or pneumatic stunning renders pigs insensible before.
Exsanguination, blood capture systems channel pork byproduct to rendering lines. Regulatory grounds for condemnation in pork: infection, systemic disease, or
Contamination.
Outlines separation of edible pork offal and inedible waste streams. Emphasis on.
The process is designed to maximize efficiency, always emphasizing the importance of avoiding intestinal rupture. Cold chain rules for edible pork organs and legal documentation.
any chemical decontamination used on pork is EPA approved and documented.
Target core for pork is 2-4 degrees Celsius within regulatory windows to limit bacterial growth.
We've reached 4.5 degrees Celsius.
On pork meat.
Primals destined for pork sausage, pork shoulder, and pork picnic are trimmed to the recipe specs.
Details the importance of avoiding glands that can concentrate contaminants in
Pork. Each trimmed pork batch is weighed and sealed before transfer to grinding.
Pork fat melting point and texture affect mouthfeel.
Each pork tote is assembled to a strict ratio. Example, 80% pork lean or 20%.
Stresses: maintaining pork product temperature below 10 degrees Celsius during grinding, with a
Ice slurry available to offset frictional heating.
Plate sizes and their effect on pork mouthfeel. Ice. Ice is made from potable water and recorded in pork batch records. Controlling
The slurry prevents pork emulsion breakdown. Sovex with pork emulsion breakdown.
Clarifies vacuum mixing and reduces air pockets and improves protein extraction.
Each pork ingredient addition is recorded electronically and verified by a QA.
operator. A spotlight calls out nitrite dosing limits for pork and regulatory compliance.
Each functional additive has vendor COAs attached to the pork batch record. Lactic cultures lower pH in pork to develop flavor and safety.
Batch.
Logs include culture strain ID, inoculation time, and pork pH curve targets.
Vacuum removes air from pork batter, tightening the matrix and improving
Sliceability. Temperature sensors in the pork mixer maintain cold conditions.
Only pork batches within target range proceed. Out-of-spec pork results trigger.
Hold and investigate.
The pork sample is retained for traceability.
Operators watch pork texture, and a small test patty is cooked to check bite.
A short rest improves pork binding and air release before stuffing. Notes redundancy, dual pumps for continuous pork production and quick change.
Couplings for cleaning. A visual alarm halts the pork line if pressure deviates. Natural hog casings from pork intestine for premium mouthfeel.
Collagen for uniformity. A test pork link is produced to check fill integrity.
Pork weights are logged and compared to tolerances. Reject gates are primed for.
Faulty pork lengths.
Clip integrity in pork links is tested periodically with tensile tests. Inline. Vision systems confirm pork link spacing. Failed pork chains are diverted to rework. This CCP ensures removal of ferrous/non-ferrous contaminants from pork processing.
Pre-smoke staging includes humidity equalization and surface drying to prevent
Pork casing splits.
Cold smoke enhances pork flavor while relying on subsequent cook steps.
For safety. Wood source traceability is logged for pork flavor consistency.
The goal is to reach validated pork internal temperatures.
per pork product validation. Humidity control prevents casing fatigue on pork. Validated kill steps are pork-specific and backed by thermal validation. In studies, any temperature excursion flags the pork batch for hold.
Humidity ensures even heat transfer on pork and avoids case splitting while
forming the desired Maillard color. Rapid cool down stabilizes pork and prevents residual bacterial growth.
pork cooling tunnels use multi-stage airflow, chilled plates, and timed intervals to bring core temperature below 4 degrees Celsius. Any pork link failing the curve triggers an automated reject.
Peeler speed is tuned to avoid tearing pork product. Peeled casings are collected.
Cosmetic standardization matters for pork retail appeal. Rework follows documented.
Pork procedures to ensure safety.
X-ray sensitivity is calibrated for pork density and monitored with pork test.
Pieces daily. Any detection prompts an investigation and batch hold.
Redundancy reduces risk of contaminants in pork and protects consumers. Weight accuracy at retail is regulated, so the plant runs statistical checks.
We have a deviation on the pork weights, adjust parameter C,
and adjusts portioning parameters for pork in real time.
Gas mixes extend pork shelf life, but require COA confirmation.
Vacuum reduces oxygen and slows pork spoilage. Pressure cycles are validated.
Robots increase throughput and reduce ergonomic strain. Pork cartons receive. A voiceover continues. Printed lot labels and a barcode linking to the ERP.
Pallet weight, Height limits and load stability are controlled for safe pork transport.
Pork release criteria include lab results, packaging integrity, and weight.
Verification. If any pork metric fails, the pallet is placed on hold.
Culture-based tests take time, so rapid screening helps immediate.
Pork decisions. Lab records link directly to pork batch IDs and are archived.
Trending allows early detection of pork area hotspots. Corrective actions follow.
Pork sanitation protocols follow validated kill step cycles with ATP swabs. Verifying cleanliness. CIP ops are logged with start/stop timestamps for pork equipment.
Good manufacturing practices are strictly enforced for pork reseal. No jewelry.
Hair restraints, defined break areas. Supervisors conducting pork hygiene audits. Switching from an allergen product to pork requires documented cleaning and rapid
Assays to confirm absence of allergen residue.
The QA review ensures continuous improvement in pork production and immediate.
We need to investigate the trend spike in pork production immediately.
Corrective actions. Pork action items are timestamped in the ERP.
This capability enables rapid, targeted recalls of pork and consumer inquiries.
Plants prepare for routine USDA and third-party audits and track corrective actions.
Panels assess pork bite, juiciness, and off flavors. Results inform seasoning. Adjustments to pork formulations. Panel results enter the pork product database. Any pork reformulation triggers regulatory review and label revalidation. A sample. Pork label prints with lot and date. QA signs off before packaging. Settled. Packaging must meet retailer specs for pork. Changes require cross-functional.
Approvals. A final pork art approval stamp triggers print runs.
Racking optimizes pick efficiency and minimizes travel time. Each pork pallet is scanned.
Pork shipments include COAs and lot manifests. Drivers verify seals at pickup.
Pork chain of custody documentation accompanies each shipment and GPS trackers.
Good cold chain management extends pork shelf life and maintains safety. The plant tests pork recall readiness quarterly, verifying trace retrieval and
Notification speed. Drill records are retained and corrective actions implemented.
Fat/oil/grease capture is critical with pork operations. Solids are separated.
Rendering recovers value from pork waste and reduces landfill.
All transport
And disposition of pork byproducts are documented.
The heat recovery system is drastically reducing our energy costs. Plots?
Yes, and improving our carbon footprint. A CMMS schedules tasks and records downtime for pork lines to minimize interrupts. New hires undergo orientation specific to pork safety and periodic refreshers.
Ergonomic investments improve retention and reduce injuries in pork processing.
R&D tests pork shelf life, flavor, and process scalability before scale-up.